We're on a world tour with Mr. Malcolm McLean. He went to each and every place, including Spain, Asia, Africa, Tokyo, Mexico. He went to the places the people told him not to go. Some people say the man's playing games. Some people say the man's insane. Insane like me. I've been out here for 2,031 days ever since I dropped down in Accra, Ghana, or just Ghana if you want to say Ghana. 2,031 days, right? Folks thought I was insane. They said, wait, he's going to be back. Give him 6 months. He won't be able to take it. 6 months? I picked my teeth with 6 months. I know how to do time. I know how to adapt. Huh? I remember in the comment section, somebody said, he doesn't even have enough money for a plane ticket. I remember once we were out here, fools who betrayed said, oh, they don't have enough money to even build a house. What are they trying to say? But look around you. This is not bragging. This is just getting off on victory. Because I'm the greatest, the champ, Muhammad Ali. Even at 6'3", there's no more man that's prettier than me. I'm bugging. I'm just home. I'm just relaxed. I have a lot of good energy around me, and I've been reaping the benefits of that. Having fun, playing music, talking to some good friends of mine. My birthday was yesterday. My dear good buddy, Angelo Bishop, his birthday is tomorrow. We always wish each other a happy birthday from the times we grew up. I know the brother from 1969. I moved out to Queens with my folks September of 1968, and I believe he moved across the street in 1969. I was 6 years old when he moved across the street. Now we're into so many different decades, and here we are still talking about memories and not living in the past, living currently. But I wanted to go over, I just want to say, some of the points that I didn't finish yesterday, but this is going to be an ongoing thing, right? And again, I haven't reacted or answered back a lot of the birthday wishes. It's going to take me about 2 weeks to do so. I really want to do this, and I really appreciate the love shown, and I'm always going to show you all back love. Trust me. And we're going to communicate, we're going to grow together, we're going to vibe together. Because I don't have to say I'm a real person. The energy that comes from me will tell you what I am. Because like I said, so many people get up here and they just try to be so perfect and all of this. And, I'm forget that. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. See, not because it was my birthday, but I've learned over the years, the only way to be is to be yourself. Nobody can be you. What's the Steve Arrington song? Nobody can be you but you. So why not be you? Like snowflakes, there's no two snowflakes alike. That's ever been, that's current, and that ever will be. That shows you how mighty a creator we have. That no two snowflakes out of you can't even say billions. There's not even a number, a grouping of numbers of trillions and quadrillions to even count the amount of snowflakes. Look how unique that is. Look at the people who walked the earth, who might have looked similar to you, but didn't look like you, right? We're so unique. We need to get off on our uniqueness. What's wrong with us? The cookie cutter generations. We want to be like, I'm not saying me or you, I'm just saying we in general society. We want to be like everybody else, but we're turning our back on ourselves and we don't know how to even be. Because we got to look in the playbook of what's going on social media, what's trending, what outfits are out there, what hairstyles. We got to be one of those to think that we're presentable to the world. I just want to continue to be me. That's all. And you know what? There's no stress. There's no grabbing a mask out of nowhere when you see a person from a different faction of your life. There's another mask you have to grab on because you're not yourself, so you have to present to them that mask. Don't understand what I'm saying? Let me just say it this way. Let's just say there's a pastor of a church, or not even a pastor, a person who's into Christianity heavy, and he's pointing fingers at people. Oh, you're fornicating. Oh, you're committing adultery. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're... But he's an undercover wino, alcoholic, hateful, gossipy person. The people in church don't know him that way, but his drinking buddies know him that way. His whore hopping buddies know him a different way. Tell us how that girl was, man. That girl put it on me, man. And then he got to go to church on Sunday to binge purge. Then he got his drinking buddies. Then he's probably got other people that he hangs out with. You know, I knew a pastor named Johnny. I know he's not alive right now, but I have to say this. He was a mechanic most of the week. He had a little storefront church. Had his little groupies, I'll say it that way, that believed in him and everything. But when you go to the mechanic shop where he was working, you pass by, yeah, I like to spend money and I like to F-U-C-K. Pastor, what? Don't pay me no mind, young man. All men is the same. What? And when you have different buddies or different factions of your life, you wear a mask with this one, you wear a mask with that one. And lots of times if you see people from two different factions of your life that will collide, that can't mix, the church folks that know you as this upright Christian man, when they see you with your whore hopping buddies, their conversation can't mix with that one, so you get scared. So you want to run out of there because there's no one mask that you can use for both groupings of people. So if you're just yourself all the time, just be yourself. And even like with me, look, I'll say things that are kind of sexual and funny, but I'm innocent with it. You know, I'm a sexual being. I'm just like anybody else. And I'll get serious and I'll get militant and I'll get start reminiscing and start thinking back, and I might want to shed a tear. I'm going to be human. That's why I can click this button. I got some bulleted points that I want to talk about, but I'm so full of joy today, which really is most of the days, but I've been cultivating that. I've been cultivating the joy, good music, good thoughts, good energy given. None of this, what do you think he is? And I got to control this person, and you know, I'm not a narcissist. And no, narcissists don't say they're narcissists. Narcissists don't even think about that, right? But they are. They can feel it sometime. And they, that's not me. No, you got to bow down to me. And no, I'm a free-spirited, open-minded person who is very, what many people would say, opinionated, but my opinions are my facts, because that's what but I won't push it on you as though it's fact. I'll just say, hey, this is my experience, and you judge it along the way. Your experience and your point of view, that's your facts. You're not going to say, these are facts. There are facts out there. But who am I to tell you how your experiences molded you? Who am I to tell you that? And maybe you can grow out of where you are in your opinions /facts with intelligent discussion to see other ways. This is why it's imperative that even if you can't physically travel, but your mind can open up. You can read books. I'm not even talking about going to websites, right? But you can read books. You can talk with people from other countries, other state of mind, and just inquire. I talk to everybody. I want to learn. Like I said, when I worked in corrections in Florida, there were a number of coworkers who were in the Klan, who were in the Ku Klux Klan. Now, I didn't say, oh, I want to hang with them. I want to go. No. I knew what they stood for, but we had to be there to work. We had to have each other's back. I always doubted. I said, maybe I'll get up in a cell and they'll kick me in the back of the head and say it's an inmate. You know what I mean? I got to watch my back. But with so many hours sitting around with some of these individuals, just having a tentative conversation, like they never said, hey, I'm in the Klan. I was made hip to that by different people, right? But I didn't make it change the way I dealt. Like, good morning, sir. How you doing, man? What do we have here today? How are we going to work? Who's going to take over that one area? I'll do this. We'll meet halfway. Then we'll go, just like that. They may ask me something about New York City. These are Southern guys. These are Copenhagen snuffing, fishing and all this stuff they do, right? Country living. And they have no idea how I grew up. So they would ask me questions out of curiosity, and we talk. And then eventually we get on to more touchier subjects. And I would appreciate, I would approach it on an intellectual level, in a way they can understand. And some of them were very intelligent on a certain level, but then the fallacies that they've been fed, it tainted that. So by having a conversation with me, not that I'm the almighty, all-knowing, but me being myself with an expanded mind to know that's ignorance, right? A lot of them were influenced. Oh man, they went home and thought about certain things. Like I said, I'm responsible for, I know one, but it's about 3 of them that they quit the clan after working with me for a while. Say, hey Lance, I didn't know it was like this, and I began to think the world is big, and you made some points. I wasn't preaching to them, we just talking. And they're like, hey, the world is bigger than my narrow-minded way of thinking. Some are just dyed in the wool, that's just the way they are. But it wasn't my mission to go there and change anybody either, but just being myself. And you can be more effective and just as effective when you are yourself and you don't put on any layers over yourself. Just making sure my mics are working here. And yes, it's very hot tonight. And I got one window in this studio, and I don't have the AC installed yet. And I'm not putting the fan on and make all that noise. But, oh man, I'm gonna have to answer this. Let me call you back, sweetheart. I'm recording something, okay? All right, okay. Mrs. Scurv. Anyway, we're gonna talk a little while after this is over. But just be yourself. It's less of a mask that you have to carry. Some people got 10 masks, 15, 20 masks. Uh-oh, here comes this other friend. Get that mask for this, Is it worth it? Be yourself. I talk about different things at different points in my life. In the mindset that I was at that point in my life. It doesn't mean I'm in that mindset right now, but I can channel that and speak to you about that and be very raw and real about that. Hoping that you understand that I'm not there anymore, that I'm here where I am, but I can't erase my experiences. I can't erase how I felt at the time, but I have evolved. I didn't overlay it with a mask to try to come here and pretend to you that I'm something that I'm not. And we have too many people like that online. They're just as treacherous as they can be, just as evil as they can be, but they put the righteous facade over and you believe in them and you follow them because I don't know. It's not my task to expose anybody because they get exposed anyway over time. People see what's in you. And again, like I mentioned it yesterday or earlier today in the video, Teddy Pendergrass's song, You Can't Hide From Yourself. You can't hide from you. Some people are pretty good at lying to themselves, but ultimately you cannot hide from yourself, right? You know who you are. You can put whatever name you want on top of it. But let's get into these points and we're just gonna flow. I loved it. I love this format. I think it's effective. I think you enjoy it more because it's not as rigid, right? I'm gonna treat this as the first one, but this has a number next to it, but I have it in front of me. Fear is being fed to us daily. And if we don't develop spiritual strength and inner grounding, we'll keep reacting instead of rising. What's the first thing that pops into your head when you heard those words? Well, for me, fear is being fed to us daily. How is it fed to us? Through the so-called media. See, I think a lot of us are realizing now that the media is part of the problem because it works with the system to broadcast things into our head, to have us absorb things, to be briefed on a reality that may have a modicum of truth to it, but a whole lot of falsehoods created to guide our thinking a certain way, right? Look at the beauty of what's going on now. There's a spider, a tiny spider hanging from one of my lights. Do I get him? I'm gonna do something real crude here. Got him. No, that's not bug spray. That's actually deodorant, but it's so strong. I don't want him coming in. The little spider might bite you and you get a big something on the side of your leg. You gotta go to the doctor and take pills. I don't want that. Anyway, they're part of the system. And they're there to mobilize our thinking, to get us to think a certain way. And like I said, there's no beauty to war. Who really wins in war? The beauty of this situation, what's going on with Iran and the United States and Israel, those two terrorist nations, or systems or regimes. I'm not going to blame the people, but people are seeing truth for what it really is. They see how Donald Trump is having his meltdown and he's determined to crush for what? Because Israel said so? We see how evil Israel is now. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. How do you kill and bomb innocent people for what? Because you want more land and domination and you want to rule and tell other people what they can do. I can't tell you what to do inside your own house. Whatever kinkiness you're doing inside of your house, rock with it. You've earned it. You have a door that you can close. You have shades that you can put on over your window. Do what it do. You're not hurting me. So how are you going to tell me what to do inside my house? These people don't own the world. It's been said that the United States are the police of the world. Who elected them into that position? The police of the world. And now you want to go and control, and like Trump has said many years ago, and even, we need the oil, we got to take the oil. So imagine we all had that mentality, we just take what we see. And look how spineless the government is, Congress, the government, the senators, the congressmen. Who's speaking up against this? Ripping the world up. No A-OK to go and do this stuff. And the media would try to put out propaganda to make Iran look bad, but people have sense now. People understand that there's layers to this thing. There's so many people who were diehard patriots for America. And even they have to see, you know what? America's jacked up. I can see what's happening right now. Them people didn't bother us. We'd leave them alone, right? But fear is being fed to us daily. And it has been to make other people, other countries, other ways of living look bad because they want to keep you as pawns for them, to influence people. I mean, I've had it happen to me. I've had people go and try to smear campaign me. I'm quite sure it's happened to you. So that when the story of you gets around on a negative level, the people who hear it and believe it, oh, that old Scurv, he's a bad person. He ain't no good. Until they realize the truth, and they can't say anything then. Right? But the truth is coming out. But a lot of us are soaking up a lot of this fear. And been soaking up the fear and the lies from the media. Trying to correct. Look, the fear that religion brings to keep you in line and keep you controlled. Fear. Right? I mean, if this is a loving God that we honor, whatever you call him, yes, we're supposed to fall in line with certain things to please the one who provided all of this for us. But we should be running around scared? If the Creator loves us and we love the Creator, shouldn't it be harmony? And yes, harmony does come from obedience. You know, growing up, you get a little whipping if you break the rules in the house and you're disobedient and disrespectful to your parents or whoever raised you. That's basic. But to walk around in a perpetual state of fear, not to go off the deep end too much, but like I said, on a spiritual level, there are entities out here that are connected to some that we see and some things we don't see that feed off of your fear. You're a all-you-can-eat meal when you're walking around scared to the spiritual entities that are negative. So they want to keep you in fear. They get off on that torture. You see what I mean? It's like a person who kidnapped somebody and they've been unaliving people, but they get off on the fact that when they have them captured, they bring them to being unalived real slow, torture you real slow, and they enjoy that. You got people maybe that have been in your life, that are not in your life or still in your life, And they always seem to want to look at the negative of situations that you're in. Well, what are you going to do? If I were you, I would be upset. I would be scared. That's a bad situation to be in. They're not seeking a solution. They're trying to rouse up fear and sit back and look at you, squirm and feel powerless. I have people presently in my life like that. And when things come up that are minor and they try to flare it up even more than what it is, I say, listen, I'm supremely confident and I don't worry. I'll show concern to the issue, but I don't worry. I save that for you. You know what I mean? You know, nothing's going to stop me from having, like I always say, nothing's going to stop me from having a good meal, a good night's sleep. And when orgasms come, I'm going to enjoy them too. I don't know anybody in the world that they're approaching orgasm and they're like, oh, my problems, oh God, what am I going to do? I'm feeling so good. What am I going to do? I feel doomed. No. When you're coming, problems are going. They'll be there when you're done, but why worry about these things? So you got to know when fear is being planted, like when they plant a bomb in a structure to go off and control demolition of your life by the fear that they keep on planting on you. Like you have the crooked cops that plant cocaine or plant drugs in your car and say, hey, what have I found here? So they can put extra charges on you. And now you have to prove that you didn't have any drugs on you. Ain't that something? Right? And if we don't develop spiritual strength and inner grounding, we'll keep reacting instead of rising. See, when you're on the defensive, you can't focus on rising. If you're a fighter and you're scared about what the other opponent is going to do, you can't focus on executing your plan because, oh, he might hit me with this and oh, he might hit me with that. Of course he's going to try to hit you, but you got to see beyond that and know that they're going to try to hit you. Have your defense ready, but have your offense ready, and that's about rising. To be consistently rising no matter what's thrown at you. How many of us can do that? Forget being smeared. People trying to block you financially. People trying to rob your destiny thieves, doing all kind of wicked spells. You got people that do it, real people that you might know and look you in the face and they're intelligent, they speak wise, whatever, and they doing the hocus pocus behind closed doors, wishing doom and harm on you. But like the story goes about the donkey who fell into the ditch, and the people that hated the donkey, he was in the ditch, and they said, we got him now. They kept throwing stones at him, and stones hitting him up one side, the head, the backside. It hurt. He was in the ditch, and it hurt, and you're throwing stones at me. And so he realized after a while, they threw so many stones at the donkey, and the ditch filled up, and he walked on out. So every knock is a boost. Every stone thrown at you is elevation over time if you know how to ride with it. Understand that, because when truth comes out and all of those stones that folks threw at you to destroy you, they have to answer to it now, because if this person was so bad, how is this person rising? It may delay your rise for a while that you are in the hole, but understand you're always going to have the ability to come out of the hole of a situation that you're in. I know it more than ever. There's things that I have yet to tell about my journey in life, especially out here in Ghana. I'm living proof. I'm here. I feel good and I'm strong and I'm victorious. And any victory that you've had in your life prior to any situation that you're in, you go back and you refer to it. And understand that, yeah, I went through this and I overcame that, and that situation can't bother me no more. This one stings a little bit, but every challenge, aka problem, has a solution. Every problem, and I hate to use the word problem, you know that, but every challenge, I say challenge because I'm a champion and I'm always going to find a way to win, but it has a solution. Inner grounding and spiritual strength. Instead of yapping and run into people. This is what this person did to me, and they did this and they said that. Forget it. Ground yourself spiritually. Leave all of that stuff that's not going to matter alone and go within yourself and build yourself up. Because if you waste time trying to convince people around you that you're not this bad person that others are talking about, you're wasting energy that you can be rising, you can be developing, you can go higher, right? That's very important. I'm gonna go into the next one. We have to stop celebrating dysfunction and start honoring structure, intelligence, discipline, and long-term thinking. Now, I'm gonna tell you this blind scrolling on social media where you don't even know what's gonna pop up next, and 9 times out of 10, depending on what you look at, there's always something wayward that they're trying to slip in, right? And just like I said, we have to stop celebrating dysfunction. Now, you know, I'm not gonna say this is what you exclusively look at, but we see an outside fight, teenagers, young folks, people fighting, just cussing and with the phones out, and a lot of us stop to look at that stuff. But is that something constructive? Because you are what you eat. That doesn't pertain just to food. You are what you eat. You are what you consume. You keep consuming it, that's what's going to come out. Are you shocked when you eat corn all week and turn around and see corn looking at you? Hey, you forgot to chew me up, right? It's going to come out. So try to keep those things at bay and celebrate, like it says here, structure, intelligence, discipline, and long-term thinking. A structured life. If something scrolls in front of the screen and your mind goes here, oh girl, I'm gonna send this to you. It's funny. What structure do you have in your life? If you don't get up and treat certain things like a business, the business of improving your life, to say, I'm going to sit down and do this every day, incrementally, a little bit at a time, incrementally. If it takes an hour, hour and a half, but you're building the cornerstone, the stones that build the structure. Nothing is built overnight, but the foolishness is not going to be anything of note. I have people, look, I got people who send me pictures of butts all day. Booties and butts and twerking, and it's almost like, I'm gonna take these stones and I'm gonna break your concentration. Take that. You won't be writing an article today. Take that. You're not gonna do a video today. Take that. You're not gonna lay out in the sun and be at peace. I'm gonna have you looking at butts all day. And that's what happens to some of our young men all day long. Just, what is that doing? If you have a righteous woman, that's part of the deal, but she is not just that. To me, you have to earn the pleasure. You have to earn the relief and the release. It feels better when you as a man have earned it and you know you deserve it. And I don't mean to your woman, oh, come here, girl, give me, I deserve it. You better, I don't care about no headache or you feel bad. No, not that. Rock with her. Right? Be considerate. But when a woman knows you've earned it and deserve it, she has no problem giving it. She's trying to give you that loving. And it's not just sex. It's respect, love, caring. You earned it. You went out, whichever way. It could be a home business, a business outside, your own thing. But she sees you consistently with the structure of protecting her and loving her and earning her love. Not just give. If you give this to everybody, what's the value in it? The structure, the intelligence. But dysfunction we look for dysfunction now, seems like. We don't want to see anything online that is just and something that will help us to build. And it doesn't mean you can't be entertained, right? Things we see that's going to make us laugh. That borders on the dysfunctional. But if that's all you're seeking out, you're enhancing what little dysfunction, I'm saying little, because some of us have it in us, and we're healing from it, and the toxic stuff that we've been through in this life, But if you gravitate toward that, you're amplifying it. That's why you can't light a match at a gas station, because it's a potential disaster, right? You got fumes when you're pumping gas, and if you light that match, it'll blow up. You can't do that. So why are you entertaining this stuff, celebrating dysfunction? And we got to start honoring structure, intelligence, discipline, and long-term thinking. Discipline. Discipline is tough, but it gets easier as time goes by, especially when you develop a new habit. It's new, it's foreign. It's like, I'm not used to doing this. And you might fall off, do it for 2 days and fall off, but you gotta keep pressing. You gotta keep pressing, saying to yourself, I am going to do this. It's like when I was training in competition, and the good year I had of 1982, that long run where I dieted good all year, trained good all year. And there's this song by D-Train, I think it came out maybe late 81, but I know 82, it was rocking. In those days, songs would last on the charts if it was popular. And the song was Keep On. With the strength of your mind, you will be set free. You will overcome your past. Search deep inside and you will see your time has come at last. Keep on. And there were other lyrics, and I kept it in my headphone. I'm walking to the gym. I'm like, yo, I'm going to change my body. I'm going to win those competitions. I'm going to have discipline. I fortified my discipline by the things that I put inside. And I was serious. I ain't look left. I ain't look right. I got right to that gym. And when I was eating on reduced calories, I kept it going because my spirit was high. I was determined to reach that goal. And so many of us give lip service, and I want to do this, and I'm going to do that one day. Or when I hit the lottery, probably you're not going to hit the lottery. And like I say, you are your lottery. When you have goals, when you have discipline, when you have intelligence, and you apply these things, and you stay away from dysfunction. Because dysfunction, what was it? Was it Sesame Street or Electric Company? Where they used to have the song, Conjunction, Junction, what's your function? That's a long time ago. I don't know if you remember that. Conjunction, Junction, what's your function? And I used to say, Dysfunction, Junction, what's your function? Because if the function is to tear you down, you'll melt into nothingness. And like they say, the place where they have the most dreams and goals and aspirations are in the graveyard. But people didn't take the bull by the horns and say, I'm going to make this happen now. So that in the future, on this day, this is what happened this day, and tomorrow, I have no time to doubt myself, but I'm going to do this. If you say I'm a failure after a while, say it, but I know today this is what I'm going to do because I'm building a structure. I'm building something, whether it's a business, a better body, a deeper sense of spirituality, or your mind. This world will pull at you with its dysfunction junction. Dysfunction junction, what's your function to keep you from your goals before you get to the grave? Grave ain't a bad place. That's just where your body is. This energy that moves me is what's really me. You're seeing the flesh. It's like a piece of chicken. You can take this and fry it. You can chop it off and the bugs will get it, whatever. I'm invisible to you. You see this. I'm like the marionette guy in the back with the strings, moving the body, moving the mouth. And one day I'm going to be disconnected from this and my energy will go elsewhere. I know that. So I'm not thinking, oh, the grave is it. I know we have so much time in this body, so I better be working these strings on my body to get things accomplished. We don't sit down and wait for things to happen. We have structure, we have intelligence, we have discipline, and we have goals. Get to it. That's like I saw a household with youngsters, young teenagers, and their mother wasn't around. And one of the older teenagers, I went in the house for something. He had to show me and whatever. And he's like, what y'all sitting around for? Oh, we hungry. And they had all the ingredients to cook a great meal. at their disposal. The cupboards were packed, the fridge was packed, all the condiments, everything they needed, and they knew how to cook. But they were too lazy. They didn't want to put the ingredients together. Sometimes you don't have all the ingredients for certain things, but you can still advance yourself. You may not have enough money or enough gas to get across town to buy that book. You can get online and sit down and do certain things. Don't let those distractions take you away of dysfunction. You got to have tunnel vision, and we got to honor that more. How much of that do we have in our community now and in society? We're zombified right now. We're taken away from that. And I said this yesterday. Same thing. Too many just, it's like you say you want to fill this bucket up, but you're actually poking holes in the bottom after it's filled. You're sabotaging yourself. You're leaking out mental energy. Get away from that and think on your own. Look around your reality and say, this is what needs to be done. If I want to get to this point, this is what I'm going to have to do. You can refer to the online stuff to get knowledge, to get information, but you have to go and put in the elbow grease to make things happen and to make things a reality. Simple as that. Doesn't mean you have, when I say elbow grease, doesn't mean you have to lift heavy things you can't lift. You make a plan. If you can't do that, if you're not, you get somebody to help you for a task. Okay, this is what I need you to do. You have to tell them the whole thing. But you are the foreman of your life. The foreman who's at the construction site, that everything comes through him. Yes, I'll do this, do that. He's not going to sit there and tell you when you're laying bricks how the electrician is laying out the wires or the obstacles that you have with what was done. Like, we got to figure this out to make this work. He'll exhaust himself. You have to oversee these different parts of your life. You get advice from people who know. Granted, there are people around you who can help you, but they're not dysfunctional to take you off course on what you want to do. You have people who see what you're doing and they come around and they vibe for a little while to get you hooked and sound righteous, and their goal is to distract you and pull you off course, and they like that. They get a charge from that. I used to piss a lot of people off when I was training and going into competitions. Hey man, I know I got this girl who wants to meet you. I say, well, my day off is on Sunday. I'll meet her on Sunday if I feel like it. Or they get you in the car. Oh, we'll drive you to the gym. We want to stop by this place first. No, I'm getting out. Take me way on the other side of town. I'll get out and get on the train and go right to the gym. Man, where you going, man? We said we're going to take you. You're trying to waste my time. So I can say, oh, I'll do it another day. Let's hang out now. No. Once I'm dead set on doing something, I'm doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Whatever it is, I'm going to do it well. That's right. I represent Queens. She was raised out in Brooklyn. Financial irresponsibility and lack of ownership are still crippling us. We need to build, not just consume. Hey man, I bought my girl this Gucci bag, and yeah man, she's rocking, man. And I bought her them red bottom shoes, and I'm gonna get this car, and I'm gonna and you don't own anything substantial. What you purchased depreciated. You're not focused on being responsible financially. We don't own anything. Yes, some people do, but they don't even know how to handle it when they do, to make it amplify. I'm not saying I'm some financial genius. I made a lot of financial mistakes in my life. I was financially irresponsible in certain key times that I had to learn the hard way. I came about it a whole, and you want to make things work for you and amplify effortlessly just by having some discipline, like I said before, and some structure and intelligence. And know where your path is. You can always go higher from where you are, even when you're knocked down, way down in the hole. I've been knocked down in the hole so many times. People wrote me off for dead. Oh, he ain't never gonna come out of this one. What is he gonna do now? How is he gonna come out of this one? Good, close people to you too. Whispering and forwarding emails or text messages, but you get it. They send it to you by mistake. Like, look at this. Oh no, I didn't mean it that way. I would never do that. You did it 3 times already, but you didn't know. See, things have a way of coming around. You're responsible for yourself. Every penny, every bit of money you make, you don't want to waste it. And imagine, some people think they have to have a gazillion dollars to make it. It's not what you make, it's what you don't spend. And they have the saying, more money, more problems. It doesn't have to be that way. We get more money and we try to level up to the amount of money we make. And so we never really gain because now we're spending more. We're making more, we're spending more. As soon as you get a little money now, you want to go live in the affluent side of town. As soon as you get a little money now, the car that you have for 3 or 4 years, 5 years, you don't like it no more. You want to buy something, drive it off brand new. And it's going to immediately depreciate. Our ego and our lack of self-esteem is killing us. It's killing us. Me, I'm a minimalist even more now. I'm frugal, but I'm not cheap. But I'm not going to buy something or try to project something to impress somebody. And that is part of being irresponsible financially. Because these people don't care. They don't care about you. If anything, they're going to be pissed at you because you bought a toy, a car, or I don't care about those things. Like for me, I'm a creator. I'm a creative person. When we designed the layout of this home, I didn't have to think twice because I built it years ago. I know what I want to be satisfied. I know how to maximize the space that I have. It fits like a glove for me. I don't have any yearnings when I see somebody else's home. Oh, I wish I had it this way, and I wish I had it that way. I went through that for decades in my mind. I said, when I build a home, it's going to be this way. And I asked Mrs. Scurv, I'm the one who put pen to paper to do the blueprint. But I already knew what she wanted. She wanted a huge kitchen. Unlimited, and you can't say unlimited because everything is limited, but cabinets and a huge island and a nice sink in there and another nice sink in the corner with more space and laundry room and all, fit like a glove because you're cooking these gourmet meals. You need space. Do what it is that satisfies you. You may not like cooking. You might want some little tiny area that you can whip something up quick, right? It may not be a kitchen laboratory, right? Where you're going deep. I like a nice studio. I like different areas for different looks. I want to be able to seat a lot of people in here when it does happen, right? That's what I wanted. Some men are into cars and the mechanics and fixing things up or refurbishing vehicles, classic vehicles. I have a friend like that. He's really into that. When the car shows and stuff, he has his garage. That's one of his play areas in a sense. In his home, you get to a certain age, you want those things. Something rewarding to you, but I'm not trying to impress anybody else. What I do may not be impressive to somebody else. And I'm not playing anybody else's game and becoming financially irresponsible, spending in areas that don't bring joy to my heart. If you're into that, and I take my hat off to you because you're inspiring me to do what it is that I need to do for myself. But the lack of ownership, I'm not saying when you rent that you're doing something bad, but you want to own after a while. Now if you're going somewhere for 2 or 3 years to school or a temporary work assignment, you rent a place for 2 years, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you find yourself at the mercy of somebody else all the time, then there's something going wrong. There's something off, right? We need to build and not consume. We consume too much. We consume unnecessarily. And our children see this, and what do you think they do? The rush of consumption. I bought this new. Everything you buy new is not going to be new forever. Look at the toys that people buy over the holidays, and I'll say the word Christmas, right? For those who celebrate it. Those toys are broken and thrown down. By the time January comes, they forgot about it. The thrill was opening up the box. That's it. And it's useless after a while. The gym membership that you spend on, that you go 3 or 4 times in January out of guilt from all the stuff you ate and you feel bloated and constipated, and now all of these gym ads are out there And now you feel guilty. Now I'm going, this is my resolution. I'm going to go to the gym all year, and I'm going to have a body like a goddess or a god. And you back to the same habits again. Some people stick with it, yes. But we're too reactionary, and we waste money being reactionary, right? Why do you need to get rims on your car? Because it look good. Is looking good on your car an investment? You do things customized to your car and it has absolutely no value on the resale. You have a classic vehicle, say, just make this up, a classic muscle car, and everything's original and new looking. Oh man, that thing is so valuable. But if you, I'll say it this way, if you nookerize it, that's the N word, okay? I'm trying to get around that. If you nookerize it, well, I got this custom rim, and then I got this metallic paint job, and I got this kind of gadget inside, and you make it look like a spaceship. For you, that may titillate you a little bit, but it has no open market value. But you spent all this money foolishly, and you could have did a better investment to purchase a property or to do something with a business or just save it until you can figure out what you can do. But we want to wear our wealth on our sleeves, and we make a lot of bad decisions. So if you want to say I'm broke because I don't have a car right now, maybe I'm stacking checks. You never know. I'm content. I know what I'm going to do. I spend little and let's see. Some people gotta, because they ain't used to having nothing, right? A lot of folks ain't used to having nothing. And having, then what? Then what? I'm cool, I'm good. I ain't got no jewelry on. I'm not against anybody who wears jewelry or whatever have you. I got a little bronze bracelet somewhere over there and a couple of things. And I don't have to put myself in a costume to convince you that I'm some wise guy. Put your nose up at me, look down at me. It's okay, it's okay. A lot of folks said things before I came out here. I ain't pay a mortgage in how long? And that's not bragging, that's strategy. That's where you place yourself. Where do you see yourself? What does it take from what you have now to get you to that next level? There's always a next level, the righteous level. Things should be getting easier, but we do things to ourselves by being financially irresponsible and perpetual consumers. Got to have the new this and the new that. And look, the people who wanted to get their Italian name brand, whatever, and the leather, and found out it was from Nigeria. The leather's from Nigeria, but they can't say that. They have to put it on Italy. And send the stuff way out to China and put the Italian name on it. And yes, back in the day, I spent all this money on this suit, and this is the finest Italian leather. And they lied to you. And they did everything cheaper and put this perception. And because your esteem is so low, because of society looking down on us, you have to prove that I too am worthy because I bought this stuff. And it's junk and a waste of time. What am I rocking? A t-shirt. I'm not saying you have to just do like me. And I never was that way as a consumer, but growing up in New York City in the time period, when you dress up, you go out, you want to have nice things, or what you thought were nice things. I'm not going to show up to somebody's wedding or somebody's function, a black tie affair with Crocs and a t-shirt. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't need this fancy trench coat that I bought. When did I buy this thing? When did I buy this thing? Was it 1998 or something like that? I bought this. I went down to Macy's, 34th Street in Manhattan. Man, I saw it. And it wasn't a trench coat, typical trench coat that people would wear to the office. This was a Morpheus jacket, a coat. I mean, it flowed like a cape, black. I still got it. If I have to travel to a cold country, I'm going to wear it, right? The shoulders were out, and you pull it in, and it's nice. Stuff like that, classic, good quality stuff that you're not being ripped off on, something made nice, quality that will last for years. I'm not saying don't spend on nice clothes, but get something quality that will last you. The bed that we have is such a nice bed that that's the last bed I have to buy. I'm not going to buy something that's going to break down in 2 years and keep buying and buying and buying and buying. When I put stones on the wall, and I had the guys put the stones on the wall, this is permanence, investment, a look that will never go out of style. You can never go wrong with nature. So that's where my head is at. That's where I'm coming from. So, and this is off the beaten path, but this still goes along with financial irresponsibility, because instead of being faddish, you do something that will stand the test of time. And as far as decorating is concerned, I'm kind of going off the target now, right? But everywhere I went, every fancy restaurant I went to, every high-end place that I went to, if it was a hotel that was supposed to be so affluent or whatever, and I don't spend money on those things, right? Miss Scurv gets great discounts because of all the work she's done, right? In a certain area, in a certain, how can I put it, category of working. But I look and I say, okay, what is it that I like about this place? And how can I incorporate this at home to have that same feel? When you go to a restaurant that has a certain ambience about it, what is it about it that gives it that ambience? And can I translate it? It may not be where you do it exactly like that with the space that you have, but figure out what it is and how you can incorporate it into your life, into your space. I love stone. There's so much more that I'm going to do with this place, but stone is at the base, and the special lighting and the plants, and, you know, just everywhere should feel a certain way. Like when this home was built, every corner has to have that special feel. Now I know I'm talking about something else, and I got more points to talk about, but I'm free flowing right now. We're on the corner right now having a conversation. You about to go home, I'm about to go home. We got our bags of groceries, we put it down, and we're just talking for a little while till one of us got to pee real bad and got to go. But you know when you're in an apartment or a home and it's a favorite spot, you say, yeah, this is my corner. I love it over here. This is the best place in the whole house. I wanted that in every room, in every corner, to have a certain aspect of coziness that no matter where I moved in the place, that's why it's so hard for me to get out of here. When I gotta go somewhere, I'm like, it's just holding me. You know what I mean? One of my rituals that I love is when I'm so tired, and this is me just talking about my life, that I'm so tired, sometimes I'm on the computer, I'm editing, I'm doing things, whatever, and I'm done. I say, okay, it's time to go to bed. When I complete what I have to do on a creative level, like doing these videos and stuff, or it could be drawing or anything, writing. Whoop, sorry about that. I hit my mic, I get excited sometime, right? To walk up the steps, it's like a ritual. It's like I'm tired, I'm climbing the steps, I'm asleep so good, I'm so happy with what I created, or something is rendering, something is, you know, I got it all set and you have to render it. And it's gonna maybe take 2 or 3 hours, and you go to bed and you know that when you wake up, it's gonna be ready. Oh man, with the sense of accomplishment, because I go in 1,000%, work hard on it, 10 toes in, 10 toes deep. I love it. I'm in a different world. I'm high as a kite and I'm at home. I don't need no club. And that is financial responsibility, because I don't have to spend it, go nowhere else for that feeling. I have it right here at home. Then the studio door knocks. Sweetheart, I brought you something to eat. Ooh, Mrs. Scurv's cooking. It makes it even better. You see what I mean? So you mold your world in a way where you're not spending all this money, and you realize that after a while you're not doing it for yourself. I invest in me, I invest in her, we invest in each other, we invest in what we say we're gonna do and what satisfies us. I'll spill it, Miss Scurv. I want a koi fish pond in the front. I want to do, sure. If that's what you want to hear the water, you want to look at the fish, if that brings you joy at this stage of life, so be it. It's better than going and running behind somebody, trying to outdo them by having a more expensive handbag or more expensive, and you're walking around and they don't look at it, you get mad, and they ain't saying nothing about my shoe, and I spent $1,000 for that. For what? For what? Give yourself the wonderful experience. Even if you're not spending money, experience life. But so many of us are so caught up in this materialistic stuff, spending out and showing up somewhere and mad when somebody doesn't look at us. Y'all are dummies because you're not building. You can't leave that foolishness to your children. You set yourself up right, they have a head start. But in order for them to have a head start, you got to put something in their head by the example that you give them. You don't see a squirrel, and I always bring up squirrels, it could be any animal. Let's pick rabbits. You don't see a rabbit with a little baby rabbit trying to say, well, I'm going to give you the rabbit book and you learn how to be a rabbit. That young rabbit will be lost. That young rabbit needs to be around the older rabbit to know how to move. You don't dance by reading the book. I'm going to learn how to be a great dancer and read a book. No, you stand next to the person and you emulate their steps. And you might throw in your own step and you hear the beat, and after a while hanging with them, you become this great dancer or this great thinker or this great scientist or this great culinary artist in the kitchen learning how to cook. How you think Miss Scurv learned? She watched her mother do certain things and then she did some things to improve on it. And even her mother says, oh, you've outdone me. But any righteous parent wants that you can stand on their shoulders and go higher than them. That makes them proud because it shows them that they were crucial in your development, in your rising higher. That's a beautiful thing. Next point. Unity doesn't mean agreement on everything, but it does mean we stop tearing each other down over petty differences. Petty differences, y'all. We tear each other down over petty differences. Again, we don't have to agree on everything, but we can come together and on the things that we do agree on, build each other up. But you have people, and I know them personally, they talk about black empowerment. They talk about the ancestors. They talk about uplifting our race and being an example. And they can't stand you. They can't stand their own sister. They can't stand their own daddy. They don't talk to their own mother. But they put out this image of all of this. And they're frauds, and this is a problem that black people have. They can talk the talk, but they cannot execute it. We are messed up. Dysfunction, function, dysfunction, junction, what's your function? Exuding self-hate wherever we go. Black folks, y'all are messed up. Don't count me in that. I'm staying away. When you with that stuff, I don't care how close you are, stay away from me. I don't even want to see you. I'm all for us. I'm all for our upliftment, but I'm not going to mix it on one side and talk the talk and try to sabotage you or watch you talk the talk. I know you're a fraud. I know you're no good. I know you don't like me or jealous of me, but you want to sabotage me? No, you staying away. Because just as much as I can be an extrovert, I'm just as much of an introvert, and that pisses people off. It's like we can't get to him because he's content in his own skin. I am, and I could be the life of the party. I could be the biggest life of the party. Everybody laughing, got the energy and everything. But when I see that you're fraudulent and you're toxic and you got a dagger behind your back for me, I'm ghost. I'm gone. You ain't got to worry about me. Keep that hocus pocus over there. You ain't trying to throw no spells on me. I'm not even worried about that part, but the intent. We tear each other down. We specialize in that. Some of these streets around here and some places in America, it should be called Willie Lynch Lane, Self-Hate Boulevard, Toxic Avenue. For real. For real. And people talk about, like Chris Rock said, you have black people and you have nookers. Well, there's a lot of black people who hate each other that are not nookers because they carry themselves a certain way and they're lettered and intelligent and whatever, but they still got that venom in their heart. So just because you're not a nooker and you're a black person doesn't mean that you're a toxic free black person. Dysfunction, junction, what's your function? Maybe I should title it that, right? I gotta pull that up and see if I can play it. I know I could find it. I don't know if that's Electric Company or Sesame Street or it's one of those shows. I gotta play that. I know it's copywritten, so I can't play it on the actual show, but I'll try to find a link and drop it in, you know? These are not normal times, so we can't afford to be average. This is the moment to sharpen our minds, strengthen our bodies, and elevate our spirits. See, it's about sense of urgency and knowing what time it is. In life, we're comfortable, lots of us. We're living in a more comfortable than we ever been, even with our stresses and different things. But think of the time when you're a little kid, or even a teenager, or anybody, walking down the street and you hear, and you see this big dog running behind you. That's not the time to just take your time and take a nice stroll. You need to get your tail on up out of there. You need to get out of there. Sense of urgency. And like we said, these are not normal times. We can't afford to be average. We all have the seeds of greatness inside of us, but some of us are too damn lazy to extract them and develop them and be the best that we can be. A lot of us are too lazy for that. A lot of us don't want to do that. A lot of us, we're capable, but let's see what's on TV. Pass me the remote. I had a few drinks. I'm going, it's always tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. We have a limited amount of days on this earth. I'm not a doomsayer, but I see it. Every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every month, there's a phone call I get. Hey, man, remember that guy you used to go to the gym with, man? Yeah, he had a massive heart attack, man. He died. Or this one, his kidneys failed. Or this other one, man, he got hit by a car. Or his woman stabbed him. Or he overdosed on drugs. Or it's like, oh, man. It's not hard to stay in. Not that going out means some doom. You can slip and bust your head in the shower and break your neck. But just be aware that we need to have a sense of urgency in this lifetime to improve ourselves, to leave a mark, the real foundation. But we've been trained in this modern society through social media to get the rush of an attention grab. Oh, I got more followers. Oh, I got more likes. See, when I lost the other channel that had 117,000 followers there or subscribers, when they took it the next day, I was creating. I was, I lost my... No, it's about putting the energy out there. That doesn't bother me. I'm not doing this for attention. This is how I am. Ask anybody who's known me for decades, they'll tell you this is how I am. I vibe. I like to think. Y'all don't know it, most of y'all, but go back to the days on my front stoop, all of us, 10, 13, 15 people, 20 people sitting out there, not just me talking, but all of us collectively talking, but I had a big mouth and I had a lot to say. You come over to my house when I was a young teenager, in my room before I took over the basement in the house, right? Had to get the basement, because then we had a side door and we can go in and out and not wake my folks up. We'd be there vibing and hanging out all night long, not doing anything wayward. I opened up some cots and said, listen, you don't want to stay? Wake up, let's wash up and go about our day if we didn't have to do anything the next day. That's how I am. I wasn't doing that for likes and follows, and there was nothing like that. And in my mind, there's nothing like that. I would be discouraged if that's I ain't got the same amount of... I'm not looking for that. I received a very wonderful text message today, and it warmed my heart. I'm just saying that to you, dear sister. You know who you are. We're going to talk. It's stuff like that, interpersonal connections where a person appreciates your energy and you appreciate theirs, and that's the real elevation. When you made a difference from the sum total of all your experiences, whatever it may be, and you have experiences that you share, whether you share them or not, but if you can vibe with what I'm sharing, then you know it's the truth. Like I said, you see a doctor at the party, he's introduced to another person who says he's a doctor, and after a while, that person who says he's a doctor is not a doctor. The real doctor will know it. Like, okay, I'm not going to say anything, but this guy's a fraud. They may say it to the person who introduced them, like, that person's not legit. Because the doctor knows doctor talk. I don't know anything about mechanics. If I try to slide up somewhere and read something online, a couple of lines or something to say to the mechanic to make him think I know something, after a while when we do a deep dive in the conversation, I'm going to be again like Ralph Cramden. I won't know what I'm talking about. I won't know. It goes back to the beginning. Be yourself. There's some things I know, there's some things I don't know. It's okay to not know. That opens the door for you to say, let me learn. And other people will say, oh, okay, well, let me show you. But if you got your chest pumped up and I know everything, no. I know people like that. Don't know jack about certain things and you know something about it and you start to, no. That's, if you're closed off like that, you'll never improve. You'll never grow. But there's some people like that. They'll never grow. Because they're so pumped up with this false bravado. There's a lot of things I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to learn. And when I learn them, I'll share them. You put it into your doggy bag of knowledge that you can share. See, I don't know everything, but I'll be darned. I can hold a conversation with anybody because I know a little bit as an introductory thing to say I have a little bit of knowledge on this. I don't know everything, but I can understand you because I put my foot in the water of that particular area of expertise or category. I loved to read growing up. I don't care what it was, something to read, I'm grabbing it. The National Geographics that my father's client gave me for 5 years, I think I was like 6 years old, and they gave me a subscription for 5 years. After that, it ran out, I kept going to get National Geographic magazines. I don't care what it was. The pictures and the stories of cultures and countries and things about, man, it expanded me. And I didn't retain everything, but enough. I mean, most of the time you take a shower and the shower water hits you, every drop doesn't hit you. Some of it goes back down in the drain. But enough of it hit you that as you're scrubbing yourself, you made yourself clean. So when you read and expand and have conversations with knowledgeable people, everything may not be retained, but it's enough to make a difference in a change inside of you, your character, and who you are. That's why we've got to have a sense of urgency to improve ourselves. We're in a different time now, and a lot of us have no sense of urgency at all. And I think it's sad. There's got to be something that excites you, other than looking at them ladies on the screen at night, or talking about somebody, or wishing somebody bad, or when you hear something bad that happened to somebody that you know that you can't stand. Serve right. Look at your spirit. Look at you. You messed up. Like I said before yesterday, or a few days ago. Evil people are their own punishment. They just don't know it yet. But what they've cultivated inside of them over the years and decades of being this person who can put the mask on of a smile, but they're really evil and wish the downfall of people around them, when it's your turn, you're going to feel the venom that you have inside for others. You're going to feel it. You're going to taste it because you are it. You know, when you're eating and it's something that you like, but you burp it up and it's a nasty taste, they have nothing else to burp up except venom, and they got to swallow it because that's how they lived their entire life. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this down right now. We're going to come back later or maybe tomorrow with more. I'm going to try to get this one up tonight, and we're going to come back with more tomorrow. I'm going to work on a few things. There's other things on the platform that I have to expand and do, technical things and clicking and this and that, this is the fun part. This is like when a boxer trains for months for a particular match. The training's over. We're going to get down. We have a show now. You're going to see what I've been doing in the gym. But there's things I got to do, formatting, resizing, and doing this stuff and that. My buddy who does all the heavy lifting to improve the platform and make it more efficient, that we're going to do so we can have a better experience here on a really, really real level. And for those who see my phone number down there on the bottom of the LanceScurvX or LanceScurv.com, it could be either one. It's going to land you to the same place. You can text me anytime. Give me some feedback. I'll answer you back. Certain things I'm not going to answer back. I get cussed at a lot or put down or whatever. Yeah, but you got to deal with that to deal with the real people. So I don't care about that. That's part of the experience also. But I just want to say salute to my brothers. Much love to my sisters. We're on a world tour with Mr. Malcolm McLean. He went to each and every place, including Spain, Asia, Africa, Tokyo, Mexico. He went to the places the people told him not to go. Some people say that he was playing games. Some people said that he's insane. Don't let anybody intimidate you for what you're doing. If they say, oh, it's too much or it's insane or that's their limitations. Lots of times we fall victim to somebody else's lack of vision, lack of drive, lack of determination, and lack of structure. And we fail to cultivate the seeds of greatness on the inside of us because of somebody else's limitations. When you tell me there's something I can't do and I want to do it and I need to do it, I'm not going to do something that I don't want to do now to prove to you. But if it's something I want to do and you're trying to throw roadblocks in my way by putting something in my head or trying to destroy my spirit, I'm going to smash it and I'm going to do it. Don't bet against me because I'm going to be the winner each and every time. Not because I'm high on myself, but because I know that spirit was put in me by the Creator. And I get off on that. I'm too determined. There's some people that don't even talk to me right now because they told me what we've done out here couldn't be done. Where are you? You're peeping. I see you. What you're scared of? I'm not going to go nan. No. That'd be wrong for me to do. But don't doubt the next human being. Because the Creator will manifest greatness inside of them and you'll look stupid. So watch your mouth. Make yourself better. Take the same energy that you use to try to discourage somebody else and put them down and run around with your name in their mouth. Right? And build yourself up. It's a lot easier and much more satisfying. Much love, baby. Take care. I love you all. Peace.